Hi friends, it's Miss Abigail from the Children's Department at the Hagerstown or Fletcher Library. I'm so glad to see you all today in another one of our Summer Reading Club storytelling videos. Yay! Since we can't be together in person, I am glad that I get to see you this way. Today we're going to explore another classic fairy tale. This one may be a little bit, probably, a lot more familiar than the Brementown musicians that I did the last time. One of my friends up here in my cast of characters is actually ready for today's story. I'll let you take a look. I'll move so you can see all of them. Do you have any idea who it might be? Maybe? It is my bear friend dressed up as a wolf. He's got his little tail. His name is Huff P. Wolf, and he has Hamlet, pork chop, and bacon. You know which story it is? You got it. It's the Three Little Pigs. Huff P is going to watch from up here, and so are the pigs. There we go. Alright, so if you know the story, some versions of it have the first and second little pigs eaten by the wolf. Don't like saying it, it just makes me sad. So we are going to go with they escaped out the back door, okay? If you like your story with a little bit more goriness, just imagine that I included it, even though I'm not. Alright, with that all said, are you ready? Here we go. So we're going to start out with the flannel board. And here are our three little piggy friends. If you're really ready, let me hear you oink. Alright, and can I hear you huff and puff like the wolf? Alright, we're officially ready. So here we go. Once upon a time, there were three little piggies who were still living at home. One day, their mother said to them, "It is time for you to make your own way in the world." So, they all set off to find or build houses of their own. They hadn't gone too far down the road when the first little piggy met a man. And this man had a load of straw. And the little piggy said to the man, "Sir, may I have this straw to build myself a house?" The man said, "Certainly." So, without any further ado, the first little piggy built himself a house made out of straw. When it was all ready, he moved in. You see him in there? There he is. Well, he had not been in his house too awfully long when all of a sudden, along came a very, very big, hungry, bad wolf. And that wolf knocked on the first little pig's house and said, little pig, won't you let me come in?" And that little piggy said, "Not by the hair on my chin." Well, the wolf didn't like that. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. Don't worry, the first little piggy escaped out the back door. The wolf, however, was not very happy, and he was still hungry. Meanwhile, the other two little piggies had been continuing down the road, and the second little piggy met another man who was walking along the road. He looks the same, but we'll call him a different man. And this man had a big bundle of, you remember what the second little pig's house was made out of? Sticks. And the second little pig said, "Excuse me, sir, but I'm looking for material to build myself a house. May I have your load of sticks?" And the man said, "Sure." So he gave the second little piggy the sticks and went on his way. And without any further ado, the second little piggy built himself a house out of sticks. When it was all ready, he moved in. And you know what happened, right? He wasn't inside for very long when along came that big bad wolf. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." The little piggy said, "Not by the hair on my chinny chin." Well, you know what happened. The wolf wasn't very happy. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. Yes, the second little piggy did escape through the back door, but the wolf didn't know it, and he was not very happy. He was still hungry. He had had 2 little pigs escape, and it just was not a good day. So he went back in the woods to wait. So while all of this was going on, there was still one little piggy left on the road. And this little piggy met another man who happened to have a load of bricks. Now, some folks say that this little piggy was the smartest of the 3. I don't know, you can decide. But he asked the man if he could buy the load of bricks, saying, "I'm looking to build myself a house and I want it to be nice and sturdy." The man said, "Sure," and gave the 3rd little pig the bricks. And without any further ado, the 3rd little pig made himself a very nice, tall house entirely out of bricks. When it was finished, he moved in. Well, you should know what's happening. He wasn't inside his house for very long when who should come knocking at the door but very hungry and a very grumpy big bad wolf. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, won't you let me come in?" The 3rd little pig said, "Not by the hair on my chinny chin." While the wolf huffed, he puffed, nothing happened. So he decided, okay, well, I need to huff and puff a little harder. So he huffed, and he puffed, and still nothing happened. Well, he was not very happy, still extremely hungry. So he climbed up, and he got to the chimney, and he was looking down the chimney, trying to see the little pig from up there, when all of a sudden he fell down inside. I will let you decide whether he fell into the soup pot and the 1st little and 2nd and 3rd little piggies all had him for lunch, or if they decided to let him go. But regardless, in the house made out of bricks, the 3rd little piggy and the 1st and the 2nd, because remember, they did all survive the wolf, they lived happily ever after. The end. All right, so that's the story of the 3 little pigs. And this story has been retold in many different ways by many different authors and illustrators. And I brought him some of the versions of the book that the library has to show you, in case you want to do a little bit of reading on your own. You can go with a classic retelling of the 3 Little Pigs, such as this one, written and illustrated by Paul Gauguin. It sticks pretty close to the original story, as does this one. I do like the flowers in the one little piggy's ears. So this version is illustrated by Ed Bryan. They really do look like they're moving in that one. They have their suitcases, someone's planting flowers. And then if you want this story with a teeny tiny bit of a twist, you could check out this version by David Wiesner, which happened to win the Caldecott Medal for illustrations. So the year that it won the medal, it was the best illustrated picture book out of all of the books published that year. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Now, it's possible that you've heard the term fractured fairy tale. And if you have, you might know what it means. If you haven't heard it, you're thinking, what in the world is Miss Abigail talking about? Well, a fractured fairy tale is one where it might stick sort of close to the story or it might not, but all sorts of things get changed around, often with some pretty fun results. So the other 4 books that I have to show you are all fractured fairy tales versions of The Three Little Pigs. And there are a lot more at the library. I just didn't bring them all home with me. So the first one happens to be my favorite, and chances are you've seen it. It is the true story of the Three Little Pigs, as told to John Sheska and with illustrations by Lane Smith. This is actually my personal copy of it. That's how much I love it. The library does have it too if you want to borrow it. But in this book, you hear the true story from the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf, although you can call him Al. And it all started over a sneeze and a cup of sugar, or so he says. You'll have to read it and decide if you really believe him or not. Then, on the totally opposite side of things, this is also my personal copy, but we have it at the library too. The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. What? Oh yes, the Big Bad Pig is after the Three Little Wolves and he tries to blow their houses down. What can they do? So this one is written by Eugene Trivizas and illustrated by Helen Oxenberry. And it is a very fun read. Then, this one just made me smile because it's totally and completely different and I love the illustrations. This one is The Three Ninja Pigs, written by Corey Rosen-Schwartz and illustrated by Dan Santat. The wolf chose the wrong village to pick on. I'm not going to tell you any more. I don't want to spoil anything. Then if you're enjoying the story but you're a little bit tired of pigs and wolves, we can go under the sea for the last one. It is The Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark by Ken Geist and Julia Gorton. So it's a funny underwater shark tale that goes along with the Three Little Pigs, but in a totally different setting. I hope that you enjoyed hearing the story of the Three Little Pigs and that you'll check out at least one of these books from the library. Like I said, there are many others that we do have. I hope that you are all staying safe and healthy this summer. We cannot wait to see you in person, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer and finishing participating in the Summer Reading Club. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.